Hello, and welcome, friends. We've got a lot to talk about today, so I'm going to jump right into it. We're going to look at your buys, your sells, and your holds in basketball for right now. Well, in other sports too, maybe, but mainly we're talking about basketball. Here's your buy. That's Devonte Graham. Devonte Graham of the Hornets. He got fifth place in the most improved player race. He came behind the winner, which was Brandon Ingram, Adebayo, who else was in there? Doncic and Tatum. Those are the four guys ahead of him. And Jason Tatum, he got 57 votes, and our boy Devonte Graham, he got 50 votes. So that's more than the next dude down, which was like 20 something. So if Devonte Graham is fifth most improved player, chances are we want to pick up his rookies in the offseason. 2018 Prism, and you can get it for under $20. Generally, they're about $15, and it looks like you can get flash prisms from ComC for $15 for the first one, and then they have a few more for like 10 or 11 a piece, something like that. So I would advise that if you're looking for that low-end pickup that you can perhaps get a nice big boost from next season, then Devonte Graham is going to be your guy. And a word about that. I don't think that basketball is going to quite pop off in the insane ways that it has been going into next season. And the reason why is because every individual performance is going to have less focus on it. Because right now we're looking at a condensed version of basketball with the playoffs, all this pressure, everything that's going on. It's very limited in scope. Well, when we get back to the regular season, even if there's no crowds in the audience, whatever, there's no people there, you're still going to see an entire slate of games. So we're going to have all the games every day, and an individual's performance is not going to stand out as much. It still might be great when Donovan Mitchell puts up 50 points in a game. It's going to get attention, and it's going to garner some value. Prices will go up and down, but it's not going to be as crazy. It's going to take more. That's, I guess, a good way to put it. It's going to take more to stand out because everyone's playing. All the teams are back, all the players are back, and it's not the playoffs, and we're not getting close to a championship. It's just the basic regular season. So yes, prices will fluctuate, but it's going to take more to see a big jump, in my opinion. So I would be careful if you're stocking up waiting for things to explode. Stock up and wait for things to be good, yes, and you want to pick and choose a little bit more on the selective side, but I do think that we're going to see a calmer market in the season, and not when it gets to the playoffs. I believe things are going to probably take form, similar to what we're seeing now, because we're getting close to a championship, another crown dude, whatever, and it's going to be pretty interesting. But yeah, that's my thoughts on whether or not basketball is going to be as ludicrous. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be calmer than people think, so calm down. The next thing is your sells. The first sell should be pretty obvious if you guys have been watching the playoffs. Jimmy Butler. His cards are not going to get any higher than this for the most part, and part of that is because it's going to go right back into the regular season. I don't think the Heat are going to win a championship. They're not going to beat Anthony Davis and LeBron James. So even if they get to the finals, yeah, their cards are going to keep going up, but that's my suggestion. My suggestion is that you watch the market, and with Jimmy Butler's cards, you wait until they lose their first game so there's uncertainty. Because if the Heat come out and they win the next game, then their cards are going to go up even further. Right now, Jimmy Butler's 2012 Hoops card is the main one I'm talking about, not his Prism card, is at $25. So people are posting it for like between 20 and 25, and they're disappearing. They're selling at a relatively fast pace. So what that means is that now you want to take that $5 card or $3 card you had sitting around. It's time to cash it out. I've got about 4 or 5 of them and a couple at PSA for grading, or a couple I'm sending to PSA for grading. I put in the order last night. And, the other ones I'm just going to sell and try to get $20 or more for them because I only paid like $2 to $3 a piece. That's a great profit margin. We're going to take our Jimmy Butler and go. But remember, I'm not going to sell him until they lose a game. And the reason why is because if he keeps winning, the card's going to keep going up. But if the Bucks play and the Heat play and the Bucks win the second game, well, now there's suddenly going to be a little bit of doubt. So that is where I'm at. Jimmy Butler is a sell for me, and I believe that I'm going to wait until he has a losing game so that there's a little bit more doubt, and that's going to flatline, but perhaps not lower the price at the moment, because people are going to wait and see, well, what's going to happen in the next game. So that is going to be, you're just going to be looking for that opportune time. So sell your Jimmy Butler and don't sell him immediately. Wait until they lose a game, because if they keep winning and they go to the next round, the card's probably going to keep inching ticking up slowly. It'll be a $30 card. It'll be a $33 card. The graded versions are going to keep going up. So be aware, stick on the watch, and see how it develops. The next guy, Chris Paul. Again, Chris Paul, he's not going to win a championship. Yes, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. Yes, he's getting a lot of action right now because he basically morally obliterated the Houston Rockets while Russell Westbrook completely failed the team. I mean, if I were Westbrook, I would quarantine myself and I would bow out. I would say, you know what, guys? It's done. It's been a good run. I'm done for a while. I need to go and simmer down, get a hot bath, a nice massage. I need to chill the F out. It's just crazy. That was a crazy ending to the game, though. So Chris Paul, his cards are going to be at a peak right now, a pinnacle, and even if they end up being good in the future, which they will be, like when he gets in the Hall of Fame, things like that, they're not going to win a championship, and they're going to go right back into the regular season. Now, in the regular season, like I was saying, any individual performance isn't going to stand out as much because there's 82 games to go through before the playoffs, and everyone is playing. So I believe that's going to hurt guys like this who are hero soldiers right now. But then you get to the next season, and they're just in the wash with everybody else. And a good game might move cards a little bit up in price, but it's going to take something a little bit harder to get a real crazy price movement. So I would suggest that you sell your Chris Pauls if you have them, or at least sell some of them, see if they win the 7th game. I would sell part of them right now so that I don't miss out on the bump, and then I would wait and see how the game developed, and if they win that round, go ahead. You could also just gamble and keep all of them, see if they win that round, whatever. And then we've got your holds. The first hold is Giannis Antetokounmpo. I mean, his 2013 Hoops rookie card has gone from selling for between $1,500 to $1,800. Now people are listing them for $1,000 because people are losing faith in the Bucks. They don't know if the Bucks are going to win. They struggled a couple of games, lost to Orlando. Now they've lost the first game against the Heat. People are saying it's paper mache. It's just Giannis and nothing. Now somebody's come out and said that he doesn't deserve to be the Defensive Player of the Year because he doesn't lock down other star players. I mean, who knows? All I know is that Giannis will be okay. He will be one of the guys that stands out next season. So in the case of Giannis, I'm not selling. I'm not the fear strategy. That's what people are going to do. They're going to start being, oh my God, Giannis cards are going to be worth nothing. Oh my God, they're all going down. They're tanking. And they're going to sell out of fear. And that's going to cause the market to dip unnaturally for just a little bit. But Giannis is coming right back, because Giannis has the ability to move teams. If the Bucks don't make him happy, you think for 1 second he's not going to find a better team? What if Giannis ends up somewhere else with another good star player? Who else? I mean, I can't even think of a team offhand, but I guarantee you that he will get on a title contender no matter what, because he's driven to win. He's a bit of a dirty player watching him play. He's always elbow dropping people and ripping their teeth out and shit like that. But yeah, Giannis is a hold for me. I've got some Giannis floating around, and I'm not going to get rid of them. I'm just going to hold on to them. I'm not going to succumb to the fear of people dumping them and the price going down, because next season he's going to bounce right back. And you know what? LeBron's on his way to retiring. Giannis is just getting started. So my advice to you would be, if you have a big Giannis card, like a rookie, something beefy like that, that's worth hundreds or more, I would suggest that you hold them. Don't succumb to the fear. Don't sell them. And if it dips down a bunch, that would be a good time to buy, because you're not going to get that opportunity that often when there's so much like fear and drama and, oh, is he really? Oh, are they going to do anything? Just don't feed into it. Giannis is going to be just fine, and his cards are going to make a big comeback in the near future when next season pops off, because even Giannis playing in the regular season probably have a little bit more impact than your average guy. So I would say keep your Giannis cards. And the next one is probably going to be a little bit surprising, but I'm talking about Westbrook, or Russell Westbrook. Yes, I would say hold your Westbrook cards. Same thing. If people suddenly are hating on Westbrook, you have to still consider the rest of his resume. And yes, people are pointing to all the stats that he's a flake. He sucks in the playoffs. Yes, that's true, but he's still great in the regular season. And during the regular season, whenever he's hyped up or having a couple of good games, I don't think his prices are really going to go up that much, but I also don't think they're going to go down any bit further in the regular season. So my strategy with my Westbrook cards is to basically just hold on to them, see how things develop. I'm not selling, I'm not buying. If his cards tank down too low to where like the $30 tops rookies are going for like $8, I'll probably stock up on some Westbrook. I probably will, because I think at that price, the value of him having a comeback, he's obviously going to keep on playing for a number of years. It's probably pretty good. And he's also the type of player who will bounce back. He's the type of player who the mental mindset, like he's going to take it to heart. He's going to have it weigh heavily on his shoulders. I wouldn't be surprised if he's out there with a cross, just walking around Orlando now in the streets, just, the end is near, end of days, all that kind of shit. I wouldn't be surprised if he's repenting against all of his tribulations and trials he's been going through. So with Russell Westbrook, I would suggest that you hold his cards. So just hold his cards for now, and let's see how it develops before we go crazy. Let me see if I had anything else over here on my notes. That's the other thing, is that the NFL playoffs are going to presumably be going on the same time that the basketball season starts. So the football stuff is probably going to be fluctuating more than basketball. So there's a lot of reasons for me to believe that basketball will be kind of calm. Now, I've got something that's basically the buy-sell holds, but I got something really special that I wanted to share with you guys today that I just picked up, and that's this Derek White Optic rookie card. Okay, that's not the card. That's this Giannis Antetokounmpo PSA 10. I just wanted to show you guys that I've got my money where my mouth is. I have taken this off of eBay, and I'm just holding on to it. Because, again, this has gone from a $1,700 card to a $1,000 card in the span of a couple of bucks shaky games. I'm not down with that. I believe that this card... Who's hiding under here? Hey, it's a Mellow that I'm going to send into PSA. That's a minty fresh Mellow right there. But no, I'm going to just go ahead and save this for right now. I don't think that it's going to go much lower than 1,000. It would be pretty difficult for it to go much lower. I think 800 might be the lowest we see this go if it goes down, and then I think it can bounce right back up to 1,500 pretty quickly. And again, if the Bucks get their shit together and they come back and win a couple of games, it's probably going to keep going up with their winnings. So this is a hold. Hold your Giannis and see how things develop. Giannis will be good in the future. I don't think there's a reason to succumb to fear and start selling Giannis cards. So if you have some big Giannis like this, just hold him. The main reason why I wanted to share this stuff with you guys is because today we were on OfferUp. I told you guys you will find good deals on OfferUp, and we ran into a guy who had this, a LeBron James 2003 Topps rookie card. And I got to tell you guys, I went out there, I saw it in person. We talked price. I told him I had to make sure that it wasn't a reprint. It's not a reprint. It's one of the most beautiful LeBron James rookie cards I've ever seen in my life. The centering is very slightly off top to bottom and left to right, but it's still within PSA 10 standards, and I found that out not only with my sharp eye, but also using the grading tool. The corners are sharp. The gloss on the front of the card is absolutely perfect. There's not a single ding, not a scratch, nothing. You look at the back of the card, the corners are sharp as all hell. I wish I could show this to you guys a little bit. I got it off autofocus, but I promise you can kind of get an idea. It is just absolutely beautiful. The corners are sharp. I mean, the gloss is good. The centering is PSA 10 worthy. Surface, edges, corners, all of it, and we're sending it in express level. That is going to be absolutely fantastic. And another good news, our Lamar Jackson Hollow came, well, it's not back yet, but it'll be here, but they've already shipped it and charged me, and it's a PSA 10. So that, we spent $120 to buy the mega box. We busted it out of the mega box. It cost us $100, so we're into the card for $220, and it sells on eBay for $2,300. Lamar Jackson Optic Hollow PSA 10. That's awesome. But guys, I really do feel like we have a shot at a PSA 10 on this LeBron. And I'm not the type of guy to get my hopes up, and I think the only detriment to this card at all would be the centering, but the centering is within PSA 10 standards. So I believe this is one of the most beautiful examples of a PSA worthy LeBron that I have seen. I mean, it is so crisp and clean. Like, the guy that had this stuff, I got this from him. We got two Dwayne Wades. Ooh, that's a Jaylen Brown. We got two Dwayne Wades, One of them is good enough to grade. The other one was not good enough to grade. So this one is good enough to grade, and I'm hoping that this centering here gets me a 9, because otherwise the card is completely dead mint. The corners are sharp. Same thing as the LeBron, edging, surface, all that kind of stuff. It's all beautiful other than this centering. So if this centering is good enough for a 9, I'm sending this in. The other one was a little bit dinged up. It's got a corner ding. So still a nice card. Paid 20 for it. Still going to flip it for 45 or something. Going to do well with them. This one, you know, if it hits a 9, that's good. And then this Carmelo Anthony, which looks just as crisp and clean as the LeBron. The centering is beautiful here. I would expect this one to have a very good shot at hitting a 10. But again, those cards are nice, but the hell with all that. This is gorgeous. I just wanted to share that with you guys. If you have not used OfferUp, you ought to check it out. I don't know how it will be in your area, and honestly, it's kind of sad. We're in Las Vegas, and a lot of people around here sell all kinds of stuff to take care of their families. They sell all kinds of stuff on OfferUp, and I think that, you know, even though that's a negative thing for them, they still at least get to get some loot out of the deal. I know some people like Facebook Marketplace, but in my experience, at least in Las Vegas, OfferUp is amazing. We have gotten so many good deals on OfferUp. You want to know how much we paid for this? How much would you pay for this? How about this, guys? I will reveal in my next video how much I paid for this card. Why don't you comment below and let me know how much you think I paid for this card, and tell me how much you would pay for this card yourself, and what grade do you think it looks like? Tell me your opinion on this LeBron. All right, guys, thanks for joining me today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and I'll catch you on that flip side.